Choke, no joke, chicky choke, no joke. Choke, no joke, chicky choke, no joke. You know what it is. Keep on hating. You know what it is. Choke, no joke. I'm live. You know what it is. Here to drop some jewels as I do. This one will probably upset a lot of people. The people that this one probably would upset will be the guys who gave up their culo, who gave up their jaws, the guys that let another man hit them in their back pockets, for the women that carpet munched, for those who gave up Jesus Christ, for Satan, uh who else? Oh yeah, for all those who are asking for the gatekeepers back. This show tonight goes out to you. All right. Choke, no joke. I'm in the building. This one is going to hurt a lot of people's feelings and it's going to reveal a lot, especially those who sold their soul and those who gave into the gay boule. Choke, no joke. Like my man, number one, Drew C says, you know what it is. Let's get to the show, baby. All right. Keep on hating. You know what it is. Learn from mistakes, part 2. Lead the streets out right now on all digital platforms. Make sure you cop that. All right. Let's get the show started.
Choke, no joke. Yeah. It's choke, no joke. Let's go. Choke, no joke. Chicken choke, no joke. Choke, no joke. Niggas choke, no joke.
Y'all better be careful out there. Oh, you think you smarter than the next one, huh? Conspiracy, you never knew it would happen. Conspiracy, you didn't do the trafficking. Conspiracy, got caught up for ratting. You didn't touch nothing. How could this happen? Conspiracy is one of the hardest charges to beat. Like the American gangsters, also defeat. When it comes to the alphabet, boys, FED, you think you safe, cause you never touch the street with the rocks or the heat. Never pitch your crumb, flip like a triathlete. I bet I repeat, never blaze the heat. Cross bead that meat, never meet the maker of the creator that sent you to the creator. Spit pies like equator, no faker. When it come to achieving this paper, can't hate on something not in your presence. Quick lesson to those who get my message and take it for the blessings that they are. Never floss your riches to be a star. That get the bulb lit and get you locked behind bars. Like those before you did it, yeah, he did it. Yeah, he touched the sky. Admitted to the lieutenant that he was the guy. Not knowing that the FBI was pressuring the guy. With good cop, bad cop, lies and talking about how much time he reside. But he agreed to be wired and sold out his OG. They got him hit with conspiracy. They say you don't have no evidence, but it's the truth. Don't think if you don't touch it, it won't touch you. Conspiracy, never knew it would happen. Conspiracy, you didn't do the trafficking. Conspiracy, you got caught up for ratting. You didn't touch nothing. How could this happen? Conspiracy, you never knew it would happen. happened. Conspiracy, you didn't do the clapping. Conspiracy, you got caught up for ratting. You didn't touch nothing. How could this happen? Son woke up thinking it was a dream. Fuck! I don't know how those charges stuck. I don't know this stuff. 3 days for what? Transporting in a cell in the feds in Kentucky. I did everything right. Studied the game like Mike. Got championships from filling pipes with white. Variously getting them high like Mike. Jumping from the foul line. Did it better than those in my time. Who chose to shine? That wasn't a characteristic of mine. Did it like Cal Klein, A. Rich and Poe. Kev Chow's only difference is nobody know that I was the cash flow behind the hustler's glow. Didn't care who knew, as long as I know that I shine. Illuminate the whole show. But bummy like AZ with the baddest hoes. You furred out like Frank, they on you like doo-doo on steak. I'm steady, hit the ball out the park like Hank. I'm stacking bank like Morgan Chase. Never think that a combo be a conspiracy case. Conspiracy, never knew it would happen. Conspiracy, didn't do the trafficking. Conspiracy, you got caught up for ratting. You didn't touch nothing. How could this happen? Conspiracy, never knew it would happen. Conspiracy, you didn't do the clapping. Conspiracy, you got caught up for ratting. You didn't touch nothing. How could this happen? Son was great when it came to the paper chase. That one bank couldn't even hold his base. Always kept it original, never fake. Like bathing apes, a king like Pun sealed his fate when he chatted what it do about his case. Not later knowing it be a conspiracy case. Ain't see nothing happen, but knew his face. The longest points in the Fed, he got him slayed. So if you in the cell and you think a dude is true, talking about your case is something you don't do. Especially if we talking about federal. The only person that you trust is you. Okay, conspiracy.
Choke, no joke. You know what it is. That's that conspiracy off that Learn from Mistakes Part 2. Make sure you get that, get them jewels. You know what I mean? You know, I only kick the stuff that the streets need to know. All right? Shout out to everybody in the building, my fellow Americans. Salute. I see you. Uh, Hold on. Let me let them know on YouTube that I'm live. Choke, no joke. I'm live on YouTube. Hit that link. Come build with the God. Choke, no joke. I'm in the building. You already know. If you ain't know, now you know. How y'all feeling out there on this Sunday morning, November 23rd? All right. Hope you're doing well. Choke, did you watch the fight? No, I did not watch the fight. What fight is that? Because I ain't even know there was a fight. You know what it is. Why do they think you a hater? Why do they think I'm a hater? They think I'm a hater because I don't follow the pack. They think I'm a hater because I have my own mind. They think I'm a hater because I don't do what everybody else do. That's it. It ain't. It's not complicated in any way. They only think that I'm a hater because I won't follow what everybody else say. All those that's down with the gay boule, all those who down with the Illuminati, as y'all would call it. All those who sold they soul to be in the industry, to be amongst which I would call the elite. Um, you know what? Let me put my Instagram on. I'm gonna go live on Instagram. I'm gonna drop a deep one tonight. So you might want to share this one with your favorite people that you do YouTube with. This one will probably be explosive. What up, Instagram? I'm live on YouTube. The link is in my stories if you want to come on the YouTube screen. Come on in. So shout out to Ramona that be sending me cash apps. I appreciate the support. You know, YouTube ain't like it used to be where people support you. Now they just come on and watch. So Ramona, you are much, much, much appreciated. Right. So lately I've been seeing several people in the industry, right, talking about they need the gatekeepers back. They need gatekeepers. Which is like far from the truth, right? Which is for me very, very, very disappointing to hear people out here champion that they need to bring gatekeepers back, right? It borderline makes me want to out these dudes and say their names and let y'all know that they are homosexuals, right? And the reason why you hear these guys say that they need to bring the gatekeepers back is because they don't like the fact that a simple average Joe Schmo could blow up in the industry right now, whether it's on YouTube, TikTok, whether it's with podcasts and whether it's with music, you know, they don't like the fact that excuse me, they don't like the fact that anybody can blow right now. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't need the record labels no more for one. You know what I'm saying? For those who do music. You could go in the studio or you could record in your own home studio and upload your music to a streaming distributor and have your music out. And if you have a strong internet presence or your song clicks on TikTok or whatever, you could be viral and you can have a hit and you can be a big star just like that. Right? Now, the reason why you hear these guys out here saying, yo, we need the gatekeepers back is because most of these dudes suck the stick or got a stick stuck in their back pockets, they culo, in other words, just to get where they are, right? Now, I would say about I want to say 90%. I would even go as high as 95, but I'm gonna go down to about 80%. 80% of the artists that you see on uh coming up like in my era, you know, the late 80s, the 90s, all the way up into now, until we got uh these streaming platforms and you was able to bypass these gatekeepers and put out your music independently without them and you don't need a record deal. I don't know why I keep yawning. Oh, because I hung out last night. Um, most of them, male and female, if they haven't sold they soul to Lucifer, uh, then they sold they soul to what these guys are saying are the gatekeepers that they miss. You know, uh, for the sake of uh, lawsuits, I'm just going to say initials and letters of the alphabet for some of these people, right? Like most of the people that came up with me, like I've been in this entertainment industry, I would say probably like 93 is when I probably was like really pursuing the music and trying to get a record deal and doing demos and stuff like that from like 92 up, right? You know, I was in a group, then I was producing groups, you know what I'm saying? People from my hood, they'll tell you I've been a music producer for myself, you know, my group and other groups in Edenwall, um, from like 92 to about maybe 95. And then I went solo, you know, that's how, you know, Choke No Joke was born. That was my rap name. I went solo because, you know, the groups that I was working with and stuff, we had the opportunity to open up for the Foo Schnickers o- uh, in Ohio. And when it was time to go, nobody was ready or wanted to go. And I was the only one that was, you know, serious about, you know, driving out there and doing this show. Um, and from that day forth, I just went solo because excuse me, I didn't want to miss any more opportunities because always believed in myself and I believed in the people that I was working with, you know. Um, so from that day I went solo and, you know, I started pursuing everything on my own, right? So even way back then I was doing music all the way up until now, but once I got into the videography, when I was modeling and acting, I kind of put the music on the back burner back then and focused on the camera stuff. So focusing on the camera stuff, you know, that became a passion, and I was doing shooting like behind the scenes on music videos and stuff be, because when I would go to back to the neighborhood, I would tell everybody, oh, I was in Nas Hate Me Now video. I was with Nas, nigga Nas passed me the bottle of Cristal. Woo, woo, woo. And people would be like, yeah, all right. Nas passed you the bottle of Cristal. Like, he did. You know what I'm saying? Um, you'll see me in the Hate Me Now video. Um, and I was even shooting behind the scenes then. That's before they called it behind the scenes. They didn't even have a name for it. Um, so as time went on, when I was doing the modeling and acting, you know, all the stuff, music videos and stuff that I was doing, you know, I was just chasing this lead role in the music video, because if you had a lead role in the music video, um, yes, with the white tiger, I was there when that white tiger got free and everybody was running, right? That's a whole nother story, right? Um, so I was chasing the lead role in the music video because if you had the lead role in the music video, you was the guy. You was popping. You know what I'm saying? As same thing as the women. If they was the main girl in the dude's video, you know, then they feel like they made it, right? And I just to prove to y'all what I'm saying, and I'm not lying, I'm gonna show you. You know, let me just skip through this so y'all can see me. But niggas would be like, well, this nigga choke capping. He wasn't the lead in no music video. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right? So, um, you know, my goal was to get the lead role. And I wanted to do movies and all that. And I even got called for some movies, but being that I was more passionate about the camera thing, I turned down some leads and some movies. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see me right there, right? This is Old Lou's music video, My World. OLU, My World is the name of this video, right? So when I was doing, the acting and stuff, like I said, I would go back home and be like, yo, I got the lead role in this movie. I mean, in this music video with the dude, Bo King Woodbine. Y'all know him from Dead Presidents. in other movies. He had one storyline, I had another storyline. Um, he was the businessman with his girl, I was the street dude with my girl, right? And that the acting thing, I had a passion for, but like I said, somehow the camera became my passion. So, like I said, I would go back home and be like, "Yo, I was in the do old Lou video, or I was in Nas Hate Me Now, or I was in Mobb Deep Quiet Storm, the remix with Little Kim and stuff." And dudes didn't believe me. They didn't believe me at all. You know what I'm saying? They thought I was lying. So I started bringing the camera to show dudes that I wasn't lying. So I would go and shoot behind the scenes of these music videos, or just shoot when I was working, just to show them so they could see and stuff, right? So my passion for the camera overpowered my passion for acting, and I was good at the acting, you know what I'm saying? And I really enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? So when people sit there and think that, oh, Choke was just a cameraman, he didn't do this and he didn't do that. As y'all can see, I've been in music videos, right? Way before I did the the camera thing, right? Let me show y'all me and uh Nas Hate Me Now, right? I just got to show these receipts. So these hating ass niggas can be like, that nigga was capping. The nigga wasn't in no Nas Hate Me Now. This, that, and the third, right? If y'all see me right there over Nas' shoulder, right? And you see the bottle of Cristal in his hand. He passed it to me. We drink it on the set of the video, right? Y'all see me right there with the blue and green. I think it was I think that was a Pure Players jacket that I had on right there. So that's me with the chip tooth Nas. For Nas got his tooth fixed, right? Shout shout out to Esco, right? And there's a reason why I'm gonna take y'all through a couple of these. So y'all can understand the backstory here, right? Now here you'll see me right here also. Right there, you see me with the hat on backwards. I see me right here with the hat on backwards. Right here. That's me right here. In the Mobb Deep uh Quiet Storm remix. Right? So understand that I've been around these dudes for decades, right? Right here. You see me right there on the right screen with my shirt, black shirt, a little open, with the same hat on right here. That's me right here. You know, that's just two major platinum songs, music videos that I was in, right? I'm just gonna show y'all one more. Oh damn, that was it right there. Here's another one. Right here, you see me. Right there, you'll see me right behind Eve in the tank top. Right here. This is me right here. Right? This is Eve got it, man. Her nipples on fleek. Shout out to EVE. Right? You see me right here behind Eve. Right? And if you say, oh, that ain't you, Choke. Your back is turned. How we know that's you? Okay, let me just show you a better clip. That's another shot of me right there behind Eve. Right? There's another shot of me right here. So I've been in the industry, like Jada Kids say, uh, I got footage in the game, just press rewind, right? Here's a better shot of me right here. For those who want to say that ain't me, then who is that? Y'all know the face. Y'all know the braids, right? So a lot of these dudes, right? They get on the internet and they front like they don't know me when I came up with most of them. You know what I'm saying? You know, shh, love you too. Shout out to Eve Nipples. Nigga stupid, right? There's many more videos that I could pull up that I was in. But my point is that I've been around all these people for so many years, decades now, right? And here, this is when I started developing, picking up the camera and shooting because if I told dudes, yo, man, I was in Eve's Got a Man video, nobody wants to believe you. You know what I'm saying? Instagram, I'm live on YouTube. Go on my story, click the link, and you can see the visuals. All right. So if I say, yo, I was with Little Kim and Mobb Deep, you know what I'm saying? And Hype Williams was directing this video. If I say I was with, Eve shooting this video up in Yonkers, niggas wouldn't believe me. You know, uh, the old Lou video. And like I said, it's so many other videos, movies, uh, documentaries, um, short films, you know, you know, shit. I was even in Belly, right? When they filmed the scene at the tunnel. And I've been documenting everything just on the strength that nobody would believe me that I was in these videos or around these people working with these people, right? So I say all that to show y'all, this type of stuff to let y'all know I know what I know because I've been around these people and we all came up together. Even though right here I was acting and Eve was rapping, we still coming up at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So I seen Eve go from the Eve of Destruction, which was her real name, when she was signed to Dr. Dre, to going over the Rough Riders and becoming Eve, the blonde bombshell, and dropping these records and growing as an artist because I was around. Right now, it became a point, right, when the people that I was coming up with started getting separated from me, so to speak, right? Um, it was like they were being forced not to be around us who were their peers, or they couldn't hang out with us for some strange reason, right? And at first, I didn't get it, right? I didn't understand it. Like I thought a lot of them were just becoming conceited and they wasn't grounded anymore, and that they started feeling themselves thinking they were stars. But then I learned as I went on and became a videographer and then a producer and director, you know, here this is probably the mid 90s when I'm doing the acting thing. So let's just say I don't even remember what year this Eve came out. Let me see. All right, this is 99, right? So this album came out in 99, which means that the video probably was shot maybe 97 or 98, right? I doubt it came out. The video was shot in 99, right? But at this time, I went, I'm shooting at the tunnel at this time, and I'm still doing the modeling and acting at this time. So by the time Eve come out, I got to see Eve when she was, no disrespect to Eve, uh, but she was a stripper leading up into the rapper. So when the rap popped off for us, she didn't have to strip no more. Like I still got pictures of Eve, you know, when she was a stripper with chicks eating her coochie out. Like because back in the days, those pictures, even though the word viral wasn't uh, a thing back then, they were popular. You know what I'm saying? But and that's no diss or disrespect to Eve because Eve always been cool. She always been grounded. She never had the big head, like some artists I seen, you know, you meet them on their first album, when they first releasing it and they don't know they gonna blow and then they blow and then they get another hit. They get a number one record or they get a hit record or a hit album and you see them again and they act like they don't even know you. Like they became this superstar and they believe in the hype of it, right? Um, so at a certain stage in the industry, once you become influential and people want your autograph or they're copying your style, you know, then that's where these gatekeepers start tapping you on your shoulder and invite you to be a part of a secret society. Now, many of y'all refer to the secret society as the Illuminati. To me, the Illuminati is a blanket name for all secret societies because it isn't just Illuminati. You know what I'm saying? It to me is the secret society. It Illuminati is a umbrella name for secret societies. You know, AKAs, deltas, uh, sigmas, uh, all those fraternities have secrets. You know, to me, they all fall under that umbrella because they have secrets and they help their own. And it's things that they did to cross to be accepted into this fraternity or sorority that certain people walked away from. You know what I'm saying? Whether they wasn't agreeing with the hazing that was going on or being physically touched by, what was going on, or had to do something that wasn't in their best interest or was against their religion or their beliefs, right? So you will find, certain people like in the movie School Days. If you're Have you ever seen a movie called School Days by Spike Lee? Then what I'm saying to you will give you a better picture, right? Dudes had to do certain things for them to be down with the fraternity in the movie, which was called Gamma Phi Gamma, right? So, um, and Spike Lee, his character's situation, he was a virgin and he had to sleep with, I think, what's her name? Tisha Campbell character, the one that played Martin's girl on Martin. He had to sleep with her, and then for her, she had a man who was uh big brother G5G. Even though she was his girl, she still had to sleep with Shorty or whatever his name was in the movie. And that was her sacrificing her soul, sleeping with a dude to break his virginity so he could become a gamma man, and vice versa, him sleeping with G5G's girl, you know, for him to cross to be a gamma man. You know, it those are just small examples of someone selling a soul, right? Half pint, good looking. That's what his name was. Um, right. So that's just an example, right? But in the entertainment industry, it's a similar thing, right? So, like I said, whether it's Mobb Deep, whether it's Nas, whether it's Little Kim, whether it's Eve, whether it's Olu, whether it's uh Diddy. I've been in Diddy videos. Diddy was in the Hate Me Now joint too. But I did the PE 2000 joint he had. Like I've done so many videos, right? But my point is I came up in this industry with a bunch of these guys. Now, not only the artists, you had, dudes like Mike Kaiser, who worked for Def Jam, who was just, I want to say he might have been a radio promoter in the beginning because I just remember him coming to the tunnel trying to get Flex and Cap to play records to later on go to see him be the president of Atlantic, right? So I seen him when he was like nobody in the corporate realm of the joint, right? Where he just running around with records trying to promote records for the label to him going to be the president of Atlantic, right? To now today, I don't even know where the hell he at because the labels barely even exist as a entity in our culture where they are a factor. The labels are there, but they're not a factor, right? But it was a time where, the labels meant everything. You had to shop your demo to the label to get a record deal. You had dudes that was stand in front of the record label. I remember dudes when I was working at Rockefeller, I would come in and out the building and dudes was standing out there hoping to see Jay-Z or Dame or Irv or Leo or any of these guys so they could rap for them, hoping that they could get a deal. Or they even hounding dudes like me to take their demo and try to get it to somebody in the building, right? So, like I said, over the years, my peers, Eve is my peer. This is her first single right there. I'm right there with her. So I look at her as her peer. I look at Eve as my peer because even though I'm doing the acting thing and she doing the rapping thing, we still coming in together at the same time, right? Um, and I've been in other videos where people weren't successful, but by the grace of God, the Quiet Storm with Little Kim, Mobb Deep joint, it blew up. Eve Got a Man blew up. Um, Nas Hate Me Now blew up. You know, so I was happy that I was a part of songs that became hip hop history, right? And like I said, these are my peers because as I'm coming up, they coming up. So I get into videography, producing and directing television shows. First I had the public access show on public access TV. Then I had the show on Fox and the WB, and I'm growing as they growing. And then from there, I went to Rockefeller, and then after Rockefeller, I was producing Rap City, which was the longest running hip hop show at that time. When I was producing Rap City, it'd been around for, you know, 20 years, 25 years, you know. And when I got to BET, that's when I understand that there was this secret society in the entertainment business. But by now, you know, I had a name when I was doing the tunnel and I was doing the modeling and acting, right? I had a bigger name when I got the Rockefeller in like late 2000, 2001, right? Leaving Rockefeller, going to produce at BET, now I'm producing Rap City. Now, when I'm producing Rap City, if Eve walk in the building, she already know me. You know what I'm saying? If, Cameron walk in the building, he already know me. You know, they all know me from the tunnel. They know me from interviewing them. They know me from the music videos. They know me from Rockefeller. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I get to BET, I'm influential, right? Because people already know me and, you know, I'm inspiring people now to pick up a camera and be a videographer or producer or director. Because even when I was at Rockefeller, nobody was none of them, Cameron, Jay-Z, State Property, Bleak, uh, any of the Dipset dudes had a cameraman. Dame was the only one. They wasn't doing that. And the only reason Dame had one is because I was self-sufficient. I was already doing this, you know, at least 7 years before I met Dame. 6, 7 years before I met Dame. So when he met me, I already had 3 VHS and 4 DVDs out. That's 7 titles. So he was already impressed that I knew how to do all this stuff by myself. So when I got to Rockefeller, he ain't have to tell me to do nothing. I'm telling him what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And how I can make things better and woo 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 woo. Right? So BT time I get to BT, right? This is where I learned about what y'all refer to as the Illuminati, right? Because many the people at BET, a lot of them, some of them came from Howard, some of them came from Brown University, right? And they was already a part of this, what y'all call Illuminati, the Gay Boule, the Secret Society, whatever. A lot of them was already a part of it, and I was just getting introduced to it, um, not knowing exactly what it was, right? But now, by the time that I'm in getting introduced to it, by ways of them trying to recruit me and get me to sell my soul. And that BET was mostly about the gay boule, right? There's a lot of hosts that was on BET at that time that was secretly homosexuals, right? Um, Simultaneously, my peers in the music industry, they coming up. I'm learning that a lot of them have already been a part of this secret society, right? So Def Jam is probably the label that I would say that I recognize that a lot of the male rappers was uh closeted. I don't want to say closeted homosexuals, but they did homosexual activity to get to the next level. And those who were popular rappers that wouldn't succumb to the homosexuality, their career stopped right there, right? Case in point, remember when Nori used to always talk about the two doors in the industry and how they came to him and they tried to get Nori to go through these two doors and he denied it and he said that he never went platinum again. Nori will be the epitome of a person back then. I ain't talking about now where he at with his career. Cause he got it, he came to them doors again in the podcast world. But as a rapper, he came to those doors and being younger back then, you know, well, for me, I still stand on integrity. Like so, but for a lot of us back then, you know, niggas was freaked out by that proposal, right? So when Nori, he tells y'all back then, oh, it's two doors to this industry. He's a gay door, and there's this other door. I'm pretty much sure a lot of y'all are privy to him that interview he did, right? You don't hear him talk about that no more now, do you? That's another story. I ain't gonna get into that right now, right? Um, but Def Jam was run by a dude that many of y'all may not believe is a homosexual because he got a wife and uh he's not of our color, right? But a lot of rappers that went through the Def Jam system gave into it. Most of the ones that is the most successful at Def Jam, those guys are undercover homosexuals, right? And I, they may not be, uh, you know, how some people say, "Oh, I knew I was gay when I was little. I was born gay." A lot of these guys was gay for the pay, gay to get to the executive level or to get to the next level of their career. Like Nori said, when he said no, he never went platinum again, right? So what I know about the industry now is, you know, back then, even these labels would be buying records, right? To make you bigger than what you are. And paying radio and paying publicists and paying to get you the cover of magazines. this, that, and other. But this all came from those people who gave up their jaws or their back pockets, if you get what I'm saying, right? Now, there are artists, and I don't want to say no names because a lot of artists have told me, their story personally. So I know this for a fact, but I don't want to say their names because, um, let's just say I agreed not to out their story because they asked me to. Yo, Choke, I'm gonna tell you, man, but you can't say nothing, right? So I'm gonna be a man of my word and not say nothing. But a lot of the artists at Def Jam, and you got to remember, Russell Simmons left Def Jam. What year was that? I can't remember what year Russell left Def Jam, right? But um, when Russell left Def Jam, somebody else took over, right? I ain't gotta say their name. If you know hip hopers history, you know what it is, right? But a lot of Def Jam artists got indecent proposals. A lot of them was like, hell no. And that's where their career ended, like Nori, right? And then there's a lot of them that was like, okay. And they became multi-platinum artists, and they are some of the biggest artists in the world, even today, right? Whether they got a wife, whether they got kids, and I know y'all gonna say, oh man, that nigga married, man, that nigga got kids, that nigga's not gay. Okay, bisexual. I'm not saying that they are one way. All I'm saying is that they gave in to the proposal to advance in a career, right? You heard Fat Joe say, yo, it was a gay mafia in hip hop. But when you look at him today, is he saying that? Is he's prospering? Is he getting to the White House and all that, all that other stuff today? Okay, all right. So some of these rappers were more street back then, and when that stuff was presented to them, they was like, "Get the f out of here." They got a second, uh, what do you call it? Like a second win, I would say, right, or a second chance because they became successful in their later in their lives, right? And was presented with the same exact proposal. And this time they took it, right? So that they can be in the rooms and amongst the oh God, I wish I could just say niggas' names. Um, so that they can be amongst these other rappers and that achieve multi-platinum success. So when you see artists do stuff that you would consider funny style, or gay or whatever, or dressing a certain way, no, straight off the top, they down with it, right? Especially if they selling millions and millions and millions of records. Because remember, what we know, what I know now is a lot of these niggas didn't. Every record sale that they got wasn't by a fan. Some of these record sales are from the label buying records wholesale or whatever, just so they could ship these dudes platinum and they probably bought 300,000 records, right? Just to make them this big celebrity or whatever, because it's like streaming. How these dudes buy numbers or buy streams to make themselves look like, they getting all these views and they getting all these numbers, this, that, and the other, right? And then they'll make you appear bigger than what you are. But if you don't agree to be a part of it, then you be like me, right? You could come and watch my channel, right? I know the number that's on the screen ain't my real numbers because it ain't nowhere I could go outside my door and somebody don't recognize me or give me love, right? Even the niggas that hate me, I could see it in their face that, they acknowledge and know who I am, right? But you can look at as many subscribers as I got, you'll go and see somebody that don't even have as many subscribers as I have and post a video of me they'll rip this right here, right? And they'll put it on their channel and they'll get more views than me. on my own stuff, right? You'll see me go on other platforms and do an interview, and these niggas will get mad views, and it's just an interview with me. But on my own channel, I won't even get those kind of crazy numbers because they suppressing me because I haven't given in to uh what y'all call Illuminati, right? So they will try to force me to succumb to it by keep suppressing my numbers, right? Because if you go, like I said, you could go look at any interview that I do. I got some interviews that they did with me, and they got 1 million views, right? But and I will say the same thing that I'm saying right here, right? But I will never get a million views, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I got some videos that got 500,000 views over time, and this, that, and the third, right? But if you could go and look at me on other people's channel and see how big of numbers that I do, but on my own channel where people know exactly where I'm at and watching, right? They won't let me get to that. Now, if I was one of these other goddamn dudes that gave into that, I'll have hundreds of thousands of views every goddamn video. That's just how it works, right? So getting back to Def Jam, right? There are executives there or the old Def Jam, I'll say. There were executives that the 90s artists had to deal with, and they had these indecent proposals. Even some of the artists from the 80s. I ain't gonna say their names. Some of y'all know their names. Some of y'all typed them in the comment already. I ain't even gotta say it, right? Um, these artists have succumbed to the dark side, right? That's what I tell you. If you see an artist and every time you see them on a public platform, if they in black, all white, all red, green, sometimes purple, right? Or a mix of the black and white, a mix of the white and red, a mix of, the green and black. You know, that is a uniform color for the people that sold their soul to this, right? And if you don't believe me, you just don't believe me, right? But the reason I know is because I came up in this game with these people. So I seen them go from being regular, you know what I'm saying? Like Eve in this video. He's wearing a yellow shirt. It's the start. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? There's no there's no dress code for her in the beginning because she's not a part of nothing yet because she ain't sell nothing yet. She's not influential, you know. But if you go check down the line, and I'm not saying Eve is a part of it, right? But when when you come into when you come into the game with these people, as I did, you see the change in them. You see the change in their behavior. You see dudes come through and be straight sweet niggas. I mean, straight street niggas and turn to straight sweet niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like a few of the guys you seen hanging around Diddy a lot, right? Uh Being at Rockefeller, it was only one person at Rockefeller that did it. And they blew so big that they left everybody else behind, right? They even got the top seat at one of the record labels. But a lot of y'all would say that ain't true because they married, they got kids, right? But for us and people like me that came up in the industry at the same time this person came in the industry, you know what I'm saying is true because you seen the transition and you see them how they distance themselves, right? That's the number one rule in it. Once they get accepted in that club, they can't hang with us no more. You can't hang with the niggas that ain't sucking stick or getting the stick stuck in their back pocket. Why? Because they're gonna tell. And they can't if you not down with the program, you're not going to be able to be in the room because you may tell. Now, don't get me wrong. People like that person and all, many others like that person that sold they sold to us, means they succumb to the indecent proposals. They got tapes and videos of these guys, right? They got files on these guys in case they ever decide to want to flip and turn around and act stupid and reveal what I'm telling y'all. They made a oath to keep it a secret. If they break that oath, it is probably death or them getting outed, right? So, like in the case of Diddy, right? Would you have ever believed that Diddy was doing the things that he was doing had you not heard it in the courtroom? No, not at all. You wouldn't have, you wouldn't have never thought that Diddy was letting other men sleep with his women. You think he's the only one doing that? And you think that's the worst that was done? So I say all this, as a precursor, to give you a background, to let you know that I know what the hell I'm talking about, right? Now, getting into the gatekeeping thing, right? When you hear these guys out here saying that they wish that the gatekeepers would be back in play or they wish that the gatekeepers were still here. The only reason you hear these guys say that they wish the gatekeepers was here is because now the game is different. You don't have to no longer suck a stick or get a stick stuck in your back pocket to be famous, right? Because, like I said, with the TikToks, you can have music and it go viral on TikTok, and next thing you know, you got a hit on the record, on the radio. You didn't have to shop a demo for that. You didn't have to lay in front of the record label and hope to see a CEO or A&R go in the building and try to spit for them. There is no uh gatekeeping in that. Now, they could do like they do me and work at YouTube, right? And have people suppress my numbers and shadow ban me. They that form of gatekeeping still exists, right? Because you see these niggas, they'll start a brand new podcast, right? And then they first episodes, they got 100,000 views, which isn't even real views. I don't care how big you think these people are as artists. A lot of these people that you see, you know, talking about they got game and all this other stuff. Or go look at the dudes that say they giving y'all game, right? Go back to their beginning. Look at their clothes, right? And look at their clothes today. Why are you always wearing black? Right? In every goddamn episode, nigga, you don't know no other color, right? And then when uh some of these people have death in their families, right? They act like they didn't go and do something with these people, right? They make it look like, oh, it was just a coincidence. No, you're playing with uh evil. You're playing with spirits. You're playing with ritualisms, right? You know, I'm trying not to say niggas' names, right? There there are rituals that these people play in for their success. Some of these rituals that these people play in for their success are blood sacrifices, right? Uh, you see, I'll use one person as an example because they said it themselves, so I won't be wrong for repeating it. Uh, Kanye West, right? Kanye said, "I sold my soul." What's his exact words? He said, "I sold my soul, and it was a crappy deal. It came with two cars, like a Happy Meal, right?" But then there's other times where he say, "Man, I lost my mother to this industry stuff." Whoa, 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 right? So Kanye is one of the people that kind of blatantly tells you that he played with the dark side and the repercussions of it was him losing his mother, right? He say that in a roundabout way, you know, I lost my mother to this, you know, like some people like, well, damn, I thought your mother passed away because she was trying to get a tummy tuck or lipo or whatever it was, allegedly, right? But he's telling you something different. For those who that don't believe him, you know, that's on you, right? But he's as transparent as he's being, you know, you got other rappers that say uh they lost uh they lost someone in they family and they felt that it was their fault because they died in the car that they bought, right? You got who else? Anyway, right? There is various uh examples I could give you, but I'm trying to be cautious of what I say. Um because everything ain't for everybody, and if you know, you know, right? Um there's some people that just had blood sacrifices and it looked like by form of a car accident, right? Even though somebody died, right? So necessarily it may not be somebody in your family, right? It may come in a form of a different way, right? But you'll see plenty of these people that's just the the Lucifer or Satan side of the game, for those people that deal with the blood sacrifices. Then the other side of it is the the gay boule side of it. Those who are doing gay activities just to advance in their career. But to y'all, they straight as a arrow, right? But you'll see them in a dress. And they'll tell you they're in the dress because it's funny, right? um, but like I said, ain't none of them that's these in the gay boule or any of these secret societies, they cannot um dispute what I say by the dress code, right? There's no way in the hell that a person is wearing all black all the time, right? Now, you could just say I'm hating. If you say I'm hating, then you have no experience. You haven't been influential. You haven't reached the goal that I reached. You haven't been a part of the entertainment industry and been around these people and came up in the business with them to see a change. So when you saying to them, "Oh, I'm reaching this, that, and the other," I don't pay no attention to you, none at all. I don't care what you even think if you think that I'm lying, right? You can research this out. All you got to do is think of a person that you think sold they soul, and then go look at every interview they did on a major platform. Look at their concerts. Look at their music videos. Look at their photo shoots and ask yourself, why is this mother effer always in all black or all white or all red or green? And the green, I think they implicated that in the last 5 to 10 years. But the all red, the all white, the all black, the mix of the colors is a clear indication and giveaway that they are part of that club. Like when you heard one rapper say, all black everything, all black, or I might wear all black for the next 10 years. They already know they got to. So they saying that to get ahead of the curve, right? To make you thinking, oh nah, man, the nigga said that he was gonna wear all black, for the next 10 years, probably. No, they know they gotta do it. So they saying it to get ahead of the curve in case you catch on. They can say, "Oh man, I figured that was gonna be my style. That's why I said I said that way back in this so and so and so song." No, it is all a part of the cult. It's all a part of the cult. You can believe it, or you don't have to. I don't give a f what you think. I know what I know because I came in the game with these people. And like I tell you, on guard, at least 80 to 85% of them niggas that are more higher than platinum have participated in homosexual activities just so they can advance and get to the next level of their career. That's why you see a lot of these artists that ain't even popping no more, but they stay in the limelight because they are part of this secret society, and in that secret society, they take care of their own. It's not strange to you as much that I've done that you never see me on many of these podcasts because they can't f with me. You ever you ever see me on Joe Budden's podcast? Why you think I'm never on Joe Budden's podcast? Now Joe Budden, I remember way back when Wendy Williams had Skeletor was her co-host, co-host way before Charlemagne. And I remember, you know, allegedly, because I wasn't in the club, but allegedly Joe Budden tried to pick up Skeletor in the club. And Skeletor, if you still out there, please come forth, brother. If you still alive. Skeletor, I probably can even find that one. That might be on YouTube. Skeletor goes up to the radio station and tell Wendy Williams how Joe Budden allegedly tried to pick him up in the club. And he like, yo, you know who I am? He like, who? He like Skeletor. Nigga like, oh, and ran out the club. You know what I'm saying? And Skeletor went right on the radio the next day and told Wendy, and Wendy uh, put Joe Budden on blast, right? But why you think you never see me on any of these niggas podcasts? Why they don't call me when they know that I'm legendary? And everybody's not a legend. Just because you old, nigga, don't make niggas a legend. A legend is somebody that did something that a lot of people haven't done, right? People say I'm a legend in videography because what I was doing, nobody else was doing. And nobody has done what I has done to this day, right? Because now that time has come and gone. Everybody got a camera now. When it wasn't popular, I got footage that nobody got because nobody was filming back then, right? But why you think none of these dudes on all these major platforms, they won't say my name, they won't invite me to their shows, right? Because what they call the gatekeepers, their job is to isolate me out, right? So get into what this vlog is originally about is when you hear guys say, um, they wish the gatekeepers could come back. What they are saying is that it's too many people getting on without getting a stick in their mouth or a stick in their back pocket, aka the penis, right? And why should we put this person on or why should we put that person on? You know what I'm saying? When them niggas they didn't suck a stick. Them niggas ain't get their black back blown out. You know what I'm saying? So why should these dudes be able to get out here and live this, that, and other? So when they say that they wish that the gatekeepers could come back, that means they don't want to see a nigga like me, prosper, and get in their space or get in their tax bracket because of the shame that they got for what they did to get where they are. And now nobody has to do what they did. And the funny thing about all of it is the dudes that they took a stick in their jaws for or in their back pocket for, a lot of them effers got fired. They never calculated in their heads that nigga, you're selling your soul to a nigga that don't even don't own the company. That could get fired at any point. But that was those gatekeepers flexing their power while they were in power to be like, oh, you want to come work here or you want to do this and do that. Top me off. And a weak nigga would top them off. A strong nigga would be like, if they wasn't putting their hands on them, they would respectfully bow out. If they got invited to the bathhouse, some niggas went to the bathhouse and let niggas play with their ding ding or more. And some niggas is like, yo, nigga, why I need to meet you at the bathhouse? And their career was over right there. So now when I see dudes up here talking about, man, we need to bring gatekeepers back. Those are the undercover modes that are mad that people can get on without getting their jaws tapped or their culo bust open. And when I hear people say that, it just makes me smile. It just makes me smile. Y'all niggas is a bunch of undercover moles, and y'all mad that by the grace of God, we got TikTok, we got YouTube, we got these streaming platforms, we got these streaming distribution companies, and niggas don't have to go to the label no more. And who's at the top of the label? Of mother effing H to the Izzo, M to the Izzo, the rapping version of Cisco. And these niggas don't like it, right? But you always gonna see the the other the undercover H to the Izzos, M to the Izzos, with other H to the Izzos, M to the Izzos. Because they in that club together. And they will recruit a nigga that they know that got their back pockets bust open or they jaws bust open. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody that's hard on their times that will that that start blaming God or questioning God. So and you know, and losing faith in Jesus Christ and start looking to the devil for for success. Trust me what I'm telling you. You ain't gotta believe me. And I'm not here to convince anybody. Those who know. Those who don't, they don't. You know what I'm saying? But if you haven't been a person of influence in the entertainment business in any capacity, you're not gonna understand where I'm coming from. But I tell you, there are some niggas in the industry right now that is pissed that I'm giving y'all this game because they are guilty of getting they backs blown out. It's like you heard the rapper talking about he went in the nigga bathroom and seen the dildo, right? But now he run with that nigga, right? Nigga sat there and clowned the nigga for having a dildo in his bathroom. But now that's his co-partner, right? So what you think they doing? Or what you think he doing? Or what you think he did? You mean to tell me the nigga lost all integrity to now he running with the nigga that he was clowning? All these niggas that was running around being homeboys that's locked up boyfriend. I'm telling you, man, these dudes that sit here begging for the gatekeepers to come back is mad that niggas is out here being able to get to the bag and they didn't get their jaws bust open or they culo cracked. And that's just all it is. So next time you hear these dudes out here talking about, yo, man, we need the green gatekeepers back. They are H to the Izzos, M to the Izzos, and they are mad that these people out here could come into the game and get into the game and make a dollar, and they didn't have to get on their knees and beg for money, loans, however you want to look at it. So don't get fooled when you see these niggas running around with these big booty chicks. Cause they might just be the niggas sitting in the dark with a Yankee cap on and a bandana, watching the nigga beat his chick. Trust me. And I don't care if a nigga got the baddest B in the game wearing their chain. If them niggas got a GLAD award, you got to question, why did this nigga got a GLAD award? Something for y'all to think about. All right. But praise God that those dudes that was in positions to belittle a man just to move or advance in his career, those days are gone by the grace of God, man. Because I'm not going to even lie to you. That ish got me traumatized by the industry because niggas done try me so much and I wanted to put hands and feet on them, but all I was going to do was go to jail. And you think that a judge or a jury is going to have sympathy for me stomping a nigga out because they trying to find, I'm trying to force me into homosexuality? And these niggas done got so creative with these indecent proposals that it's even hard for you to even prove that these niggas is hitting on you. So it's like a, what do they say? Damn if you do, damn if you don't. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn if you break this nigga face, and damn if you don't. Because if you break the nigga face, you going to jail. If you don't, you still ain't going to eat regardless. Or you're not going to eat on that multi-million-dollar level. And don't get it twisted. The same way it go for men, it go for women. Now, a lot of y'all out here think that if a woman mess with a woman, she's not gay. Like women can just play with women. You know what I'm saying? Like, and y'all don't look at it the same. Y'all look at it as being sexy or, women just play like that. No, the women go through it too. There are so many women that were straight that came in the game that had to go down and munch carpet, many of them on reality TV shows. This is why you see on the reality TV shows, damn near every chick is gay on the reality TV shows because even the person that was running reality TV, I don't care if they got a husband. No, what I'm telling you is what I'm telling you. A lot of those chicks to get on reality TV had to play with the carpet. They had to become vacuum cleaners or let somebody vacuum their carpet. Same thing with the women, bro. But a lot of y'all do not think that when it comes to the women because it's deemed as sexy. It is deemed not uh as homosexuality. You know what I'm saying? It's only nasty to a lot of people when it's two men. You know, when it comes to it being two women, a lot of y'all deem that as sexy, and it's not the same. It's the same because there are women that aren't with uh letting a woman touch them or touching a woman, but a lot of them became gay for pay. 100%. The same thing. So just like you see these niggas out here with wives and kids, there are women out here that are wives with husbands with kids. And just because they had kids with a guy doesn't mean they aren't into women. It's a front. And a lot of them had to do it just so they could get to the next level of the game. I don't know what is the mental thing. I don't know if it's to break our spirits, but or it's some psychological thing, so they can have it over you and let you go ahead and eat. And then if you violate or start standing on the soapbox and start preaching, this, that, and the other. Then they whip out the tape on you. Bam! Nigga, here you are sucking a stick. You sure you want to get out there and say that? Or here you are vacuuming the carpet with your mouth. You sure you want to get out here and stand on the soapbox and say that? So that's what it is, right? But I hate the fact that these H to the Izzos, M to the Izzos is sitting out here talking about niggas need to bring the gatekeepers back. That's like saying bringing slavery back. Man, niggas need to bring slavery back. We need slave masters back. You know what I'm saying? These slaves was running around too comfortable, man. We need the slave masters back. Like, what? We need gatekeepers back. You know how retarded that sounds? We need gatekeepers back? So y'all want the white man to come and control who's successful and who's not. Just because you got on your knees for him. Very interesting. Very interesting. We need to bring gatekeepers back. Really? Really? All right. Joke, no joke. Y'all know what it is. Hit the like button. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, much love to people like Ramona that still support me with donations. And y'all know what it is, man. I'll be back tomorrow. It's the weekday, 7 p.m., the guard hour. I'll see y'all then, man. Much love. Shout out to EVE. You know what it is. One love.
Jack Brown, you know what it is. Keep on hating, you know what it is. Never did I think hip-hop go this far. Never did I think I see Diddy behind bars or kills, penitentiary scars. The man act, is it going too far back? Y'all industry rats, y'all whack. That's 100 on Pyro. You'll be trapped like Pac. The go viral, Gene saw the nuts of gyro at the freak off and Diddy too. But plug shopper, freak door stopper. Nigga, you don't know if you a criminal or cop. But you next to be locked. Ask KVD, telling on yourself on Vlad TV. You dumb nigga, right? You never be me, and I never be you too. Telling on YouTube, yeah, sitting on the step, giving up myself. What the fuck I look like? My name G-Dap. Comb legacy doom. Will the bad boy see time like loan? Your extortion fell through. You friend to no one, like the moon. What did you do? Sat back and watch him get groomed. Only badge in the room. Wifey, drunk the juice. Saw the check for Pac life. And his back right. Guess it's bad boy for life. Or should I say same gang? You the same lane. That Diddy let hang. And now he chain gang. Damn, you rocked him, fella. Didn't you? For the mozzarella. Did it for Wolf and his mother, T-Ferg and Kurt Burrow. Nah, nigga, you did it cause your ass ain't thorough. And you ain't from the boroughs. Joke, no joke, you know what it is. This one's for the whole earth, you know. When they get disrespectful, I just go to the booth and kick the truth to the young black youth. Joke, no joke, you know what it is. Keep on hating, you know what it is.
Choke, no joke. Jack Brown. Yeah, now.
Choke, no joke. Jack Brown. Yeah. This what ATL in New York sound like. Let's go. Y'all hating ass niggas, I see y'all. Choke, get busy, that's why I got the crown. Hate in the air, you clowns, I see the envy that you breed, jealousy. What you need is your own damn hustle. Stop worrying about mine. Nigga, I'm poppin' cause I put in time. Came out modeling, camera in hand. Still get busy with the mic in hand. Streets pulled out, niggas got sprayed. Niggas turn on you when they see you get paid. The intimidation in your face. Where's the love? What's taking place? You want my gold and my ducats, cause my money overflowing out of buckets. Shot him in public, made people holler. Scar on his face for the money and the power. I'm the chokester. Chokester. The truth in the industry made me the chokester. 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 The truth in the industry made me the game had me fooled, got in, was young. Thought talent made you rich, damn, was dumb. More to make, cake from crumbs. You gotta be sweet, G or native tongue. My heartbeat went into overload. When Larry tried to turn me into a mole, told me show my curly to the CEO. I didn't think it's funny, so his jaw hit the floor and grabbed that chair that broke his back. Then realized that's a hate attack. Harassment comes assault, you in the maze. No way out, like Puff and Mace. Touch me, tease me, I catch a case. Nigga, you ain't straight as your poker face. Father law God, in that game I fold. This sun don't tick, demon time don't hold. I'm the chokester. Chokester. The truth in the industry made me the chokester. 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 The truth in the industry made me the chokester. Chokester. The truth in the industry made me the chokester. Chokester. On the ones and twos, chokester. What y'all want to do? I'm here now. Eden Wall, stand up. Shout out to the bomb squad.
It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon, no telling when you be a first-time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon, no telling when you be a first-time felon. Best day of my life, no sleep all night. Broke day for weeks, my cash was right. My capo tight, take our loot, unite. 23-hour shifts had us elude like Mike. Cash lovely, yeah, Dougie. How could this day get so ugly? Wifey bout to pop, like some bubbly. Yo, through those 9 months, don't really bug me. Felt like a star, cop first car. Get up with the guard, what it is, baby paw. Hip out the copper van, get up with our mans. Before we reached our low spot, toes blam. Unaware what happened, discussing and clapping. It wasn't loud, ain't shit gonna happen. Me being stupid, instead of getting they moving, this nigga kept chefing like the woo one. Then we heard a knock, no one knew of this spot. 6 niggas in the spot, 6 niggas not. Ain't no telling you be a first-time felon, no telling when you be a first-time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon, no telling when you be a first-time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon, no telling when you be a first-time felon. I'm in the precinct, all damn even. This good cop, bad cop shit got me steaming. No, I was caught, I ain't give a fuck. Had jokes like the usual suspects line up. Woke times up, came back fucked. Shirt wrinkled up, my pigs roughed me up. Time's up, heard them clink of the cuffs. Niggas was so deep they had to call on the bus. Everybody that checks outside waiting on us. Like ghetto celebs, our cells ain't plush. 5 in the book and gave a whooping. He never forget, they gotta be split. Up in the courtroom, they cause it ruckus. Everybody in the jacks waiting on us. Try to bail us out, that thought got thrown out. Bill one so high, I couldn't bear half a nigga out. Copped out, that's what first fell in the bow. Back on the bus, Rikers the row. Wifey in the courtroom crying out. We love y'all with tears running in their mouth. It ain't no telling you be a first time felon. No telling when you be a first time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first time felon. No telling when you be a first time felon. Choke no joke, learn from mistakes. Keep chasing that paper, you gonna catch a case. DJS and that's the great.
Choke no joke. Yeah. It's choke no joke. Choke no joke. Chicken choke no joke. Choke no joke. Niggas choke no joke.